Musk's role in the 2024 election has been even bigger than he initially wanted the public to realize. Now, that is according to the Wall Street Journal, which has new reporting on his hands-on push to turn out 800,000 voters for Trump. Musk quietly funded a super PAC back in the spring, but now, with less than 90 days until the election, Musk has overhauled the group's leadership after a series of early stumbles. Let's discuss with Dana Mattioli, the lead reporter behind this Wall Street Journal story and so many others in the tech space and in specific to Elon Musk. First, Dana, explain why he kind of went scorched earth on the super PAC leadership. Are there still the expectations of that initial very big goal of turning out 800,000 voters?
Yeah, they have a very ambitious goal. They want to get 800,000 low-propensity voters in these swing states to show up for Donald Trump. But there's a big shakeup of PAC leadership. In July, some operatives from Governor Ron DeSantis's failed presidential bid came in to be involved with the PAC, and the vendors were changed out. And that has had some resulting chaos. They're having to start from scratch less than 90 days before the election.
It's striking, one, because it sounds a lot like how he's operated in some of his business ventures up to this point as well. So on brand, on some level, your reporting made clear that Musk had emphasized to the super PAC and to its leadership a desire for privacy. He'd been upset, I think, by previous reporting from you and your team that revealed he told people he planned to commit about $45 million a month to the group. He was asked about that at one point and said this.
At no point did I say that I was donating $45 million a month to Trump. That was a fiction made up by the Wall Street Journal.
My question is less about that comment. You guys have done plenty of reporting around both before and after, but more, why did he want to keep the extent of his involvement quiet?
He did not want to be the face of this PAC. He actually went to lengths to hide his involvement. So, for instance, when you look at the first federal filings from the PAC, he's not listed as a donor, and that was by design. He didn't want to make his first donation to the PAC until after July 1st, so it wouldn't appear until the October filings. In the interim, he lined up friends and other Republican donors to fill the void of funding so that the PAC could pay its expenses in that first quarter.
Today has been fascinating. One, obviously, we're all waiting for the conversation that he has with Elon Musk tonight. Actually, before I get to another question there, are they going to be able to pull this off? Like, I'm old enough to remember the Ron DeSantis conversation campaign launch, which didn't go great by anyone's standards. Do they feel comfortable they'll be able to do this tonight?
It's a really big haul. So they had ambitions of hiring 6,000 people to go out and canvass in these battleground states. And then they fired the people doing that. So they have to hire and retrain those people. Their political ads have stopped since firing the other vendors. They've had glitches on their website, which hasn't been maintained since firing the other vendors. And they had 8,500 new voter registrations that were signed up through their website that they didn't mail out the forms because the vendor was fired. So there are definitely things they have to patch up in the interim, and they have to get the new vendors up and running. And, some of the Republican operatives we spoke to were a little bit worried about that because early voting starts as soon as in a month from now. So there's a really big time crunch element to this.
Yeah, a tight turnaround time. The new team that he has, or that he brought in, are pros by every stretch of the word, but it's going to be definitely a push for them. Trump was famously kicked off of X, then it was called Twitter, after his tweets during the January 6th Capitol attack. What's been fascinating today is he's back for the first time, I think, in over a year, posting a video or two. We'll show you some of it right now. I think this dynamic here, Trump has his own social media company. It's Truth Social. He benefits from it financially as well. Is the relationship here, is that part of why he's back on X?
I think it speaks to this broader rallying cry from conservative groups around the Twitter takeover by Elon. They viewed the prior company, before Elon bought it, as really suppressing conservative views. So that community has really rallied around Elon and free speech, and they feel like it's a welcoming place now. So I think that might be part of Trump's desire to reach those crowds and be part of this platform where it's been viewed as more Republican friendly.
Yeah, it certainly tracks with the low propensity voters who maybe might be in the kind of space that they're trying to reach. There's no question about that. Dana Mattioli, the articles in the Wall Street Journal, it's fascinating to read, one of many that you've done over the course of the last couple of months. Thanks so much for your time.